United States Air Force Special Operations Command is the special operations component of the United States Air Force and the U.S. Air Force Component Command to the United States Special Operations Command, a unified combatant command located at MacDill Air Force Base, Florida. AFSOC provides Air Force Special Operations Forces for worldwide deployment and assignment to regional unified combatant commands. AFSOC was initially established on February 10, 1983 as 23rd Air Force, a subordinate numbered Air Force of the Military Airlift Command, with 23 AF headquarters established at Hurlburt Field, Florida. On May 22, 1990, 23 AF was redesignated as AFSOC and became a separate major command responsible for all USAF Special Operations Forces, aircraft and personnel in the regular Air Force, and the operational gaining command for all USAF SOF, aircraft and personnel in the Air Force Reserve. AFRES subsequently being redesignated the Air Force Reserve Command in 1997. And the Air National Guard. Predecessor Special Operations. World War II 1st Air Commando Group, late 1943, November 1945, Operation Carpetbagger, early 1944. July 1945. Korean War Air Resupply and Communications Service, February 23, 1951 – October 12, 1956, Combined Command Reconnaissance Activities, Korea, December 1951, December 1953, B Flight, 6167th Operations Squadron, April 1, 1952 – December 31, 1953, 6004th Air Intelligence Service Squadron, C. March 1951 to 1955, 6006th Air Intelligence Service Squadron, C. 1953 to 1955 22nd Crash Rescue Boat Squadron, C. July 1952 to 1954, 581st Air Supply and Communications Wing, July 1951, September 1955, 582nd Air Supply and Communications Wing, 580th Air Supply and Communications Wing. Early Cold War era 129th Air Resupply Group, April 1955, c. 1975, 130th Air Resupply Group, October 1955, c. 1960, 135th Air Resupply Group, August 1955, c. 1971, 143rd Special Operations Group, November 1955 to 1975, 1045th Observation, Evaluation, and Training Group, February 23, 1951 – January 1, 1954. Vietnam War era Jungle Gym, Farm Gate, Operation Water Pump, Raven Forward Air Controllers, Project 404, Palace Dog. Late Cold War era 4400 Combat Crew Training Group, 1st Special Operations Wing, 23rd Air Force. Lineage, established as 23rd Air Force on February 10, 1983, activated on March 1, 1983, redesignated Air Force Special Operations Command, with the status of a Major Command, on May 22, 1990. Assignments Tactical Air Command, April 1961 – February 9, 1983, Military Airlift Command, February 10, 1983 – May 22, 1990. Stations Scott AFB, Illinois, March 1, 1983, Hurlburt Field, Florida, August 1, 1987 – present. Components Air Forces Special Operations, December 13, 2005 – January 1, 2008, 23rd Air Force, January 1, 2008 – April 4, 2013, AFSOC Operations Center, April 4, 2013 – present, 2D Air Division, March 1, 1983 – February 1, 1987, Aerospace Rescue and Recovery Service, March 1, 1983 – August 1, 1989, 1st Special Operations Wing, February 1, 1987 – present, 24th Special Operations Wing, June 12, 2012 Euro. Present, 27th Special Operations Wing, October 1, 2007 Euro. Present, 41st Rescue and Weather Reconnaissance Wing, October 1, 1983 Euro. August 1, 1989, 352d Special Operations Wing, lineage from 39th Aerospace Rescue and Recovery Wing, October 1, 1983 Euro. Present, 353d Special Operations Group, lineage from 353d Special Operations Wing, April 6, 1989 Euro. Present, 375th Aeromedical Airlift Wing, January 1, 1984 Euro. February 1, 1990, 720th Special Tactics Group, October 1, 1987 Euro. June 12, 2012, 724th Special Tactics Group, April 29, 2011 Euro. June 12, 2012, 1550th Aircrew Training and Test Wing, October 1, 1983 Euro. May 21, 1990, USAF Special Operations School, February 1, 1987 Euro. May 22, 1990, Air Force Special Operations Training Center, October 8, 2008 – February 11, 2013, Air Force Special Operations Air Warfare Center. February 11, 2013, present. Units: AFSOC Operations Center, Hurlburt Field, Florida. 23D Weather Squadron. 1st Special Operations Wing, Hurlburt Field, Florida. 1st Special Operations Support Squadron, 4th Special Operations Squadron, AC-130U Spooky, 8th Special Operations Squadron, CV-22B Osprey, 9th Special Operations Squadron GSU at Eglin AFB, Florida, MC-130P Combat Shadow, 11th Intelligence Squadron, Det-1, 11th Intelligence Squadron, Fort Bragg, North Carolina. 15th Special Operations Squadron, MC-130H Combat Talon II, 23D Special Operations Weather Squadron, 34th Special Operations Squadron, U-28A, 319th Special Operations Squadron, U-28A. 24th Special Operations Wing, Hurlburt Field, Florida. 720th Special Tactics Group, Hurlburt Field, Florida. 17th Special Tactics Squadron, Fort Benning, Georgia. 21st Special Tactics Squadron, Pope Field, North Carolina. 22D Special Tactics Squadron, Joint Base Lewis McChord, Washington. 23D Special Tactics Squadron, Hurlburt Field, Florida. 26th Special Tactics Squadron, Cannon AFB, New Mexico. 720th Operations Support Squadron. 724th Special Tactics Group, Pope Field, North Carolina. 24th Special Tactics Squadron, 724th Operations Support Squadron, 724th Intelligence Squadron, 724th Special Tactics Training Squadron, Hurlburt Field, Florida. 27th Special Operations Wing, Cannon AFB, New Mexico. 3D Special Operations Squadron, MQ-1 Predator, 16th Special Operations Squadron, AC-130H Spectre, 20th Special Operations Squadron, CV-22B Osprey, 27th Special Operations Support Squadron, 33D Special Operations Squadron, MQ-9 Reaper, 43D Intelligence Squadron, 56th Special Operations Intelligence Squadron, 73D Special Operations Squadron, AC-130W Stinger II, 318th Special Operations Squadron, PC-12, C-145A Ski Truck, 522D Special Operations Squadron, MC-130J Commando II, 524th Special Operations Squadron C-146A. 352D Special Operations Wing, RAF Mildenhall, United Kingdom. 7th Special Operations Squadron, CV-22B Osprey, 67th Special Operations Squadron, MC-130J Commando II, 321st Special Tactics Squadron. 353D Special Operations Group, Kadena Air Base, Japan. 1st Special Operations Squadron MC-130H Combat Talon II, 17th Special Operations Squadron MC-130NP Combat Shadow, 320th Special Tactics Squadron. Air Force Special Operations Air Warfare Center, Hurlburt Field, Florida. 6th Special Operations Squadron, UH-1N Iroquois, Mi-8, C-130E Hercules, and 26, C-47T, 18th Flight Test Squadron, Det-1, 18th Flight Test Squadron, GSU at Edwards AFB, California. 19th Special Operations Squadron, AC-130, MC-130, 371st Special Operations Combat Training Squadron, 551st Special Operations Squadron, Cannon AFB, New Mexico, United States Air Force Special Operations School, Hurlburt Field, Florida. Air National Guard units 193d Special Operations Wing, Pennsylvania Air National Guard, Harrisburg Air National Guard Base, Pennsylvania. 193d Special Operations Squadron, EC-130J Commando Solo, 150th Special Operations Flight, New Jersey Air National Guard, McGuire AFB, New Jersey. C-32B. AFSOC gained ANG units aligned under AMC gained or ACC gained ANG wings. 123d Special Tactics Squadron, Kentucky Air National Guard, Louisville ANGB, Kentucky. 125th Special Tactics Squadron, Oregon Air National Guard, Portland ANGB, Oregon. 137th Special Operations Security Forces Squadron, Michigan Air National Guard, Selfridge ANGB, Michigan. 280th Combat Communications Squadron, Alabama Air National Guard, Dothan Regional Airport ANGD, Alabama. 209th Special Operations Civil Engineer Squadron, Mississippi Air National Guard, Gulfport Combat Readiness Training Center, Mississippi. 107th Weather Flight, Michigan Air National Guard, Selfridge ANGB, Michigan. 146th Weather Flight, Pennsylvania Air National Guard. Pittsburgh IAP Air Reserve Station, Pennsylvania. 181st Weather Flight, Texas Air National Guard, NAS Fort Worth JRB Carswell Field, Texas. Air Force Reserve Command Units 919th Special Operations Wing, Eglin AFB Auxiliary Field No. 3/Duke Field, Florida. 2D Special Operations Squadron, MQ-9 Reaper, 5th Special Operations Squadron, U-28, 711th Special Operations Squadron, C-145A Ski Truck. Personnel and resources AFSOC has approximately 15,000 active duty, Air Force Reserve, Air National Guard and civilian personnel. The commander of AFSOC is Lieutenant General Bradley A. Heithold. Major General O.G. Mannon is Vice Commander, and Chief Master Sergeant Bill Turner is the Command Chief Master Sergeant, Air Force Special Operations Command. The command's SOF units are composed of highly trained, rapidly deployable airmen who are equipped with specialized aircraft. These forces conduct global special operations missions ranging from precision application of firepower, to infiltration, aviation, foreign internal defense, exfiltration, resupply and refueling of SOF operational elements. The command's Special Tactics Squadrons are led by Special Tactics Officers. Special Tactics Squadrons combine combat controllers, TACP, Special Operations Weather Technicians, Pararescue Airmen and Combat Rescue Officers to form versatile SOF teams. AFSOC's unique capabilities include airborne radio and television broadcast for psychological operations, as well as combat aviation advisors to provide other governments' military expertise for their internal development. Special Tactics is the U.S. Air Force Special Operations Ground Force. Similar in ability and employment to Marine Special Operations Command, Army Special Forces and Navy SEALs, Air Force Special Tactics personnel are typically the first to enter combat and often find themselves deep behind enemy lines in demanding, austere conditions, usually with little or no support. Due to the rigors of the career field, Special Tactics year-long training is one of the most demanding in the military, with attrition rates between 80 to 90%. In an attempt to reduce the high attrition, Special Tactics is very selective when choosing their officers. Special Tactics officers undergo a highly competitive process to gain entry into the Special Tactics career field, ensuring only the most promising and capable leaders are selected. STO leadership and role modeling during the difficult training reduces the attrition rate for enlisted trainees. STO selection is a two-phase process. Beginning with Phase 1, a board of veteran STOs reviews application packages consisting of letters of recommendation, fitness test scores, and narratives written by the applicants describing their career aspirations and reasons for applying. Based on Phase 1 performance, approximately 8 to 10 applicants are invited to the next phase. Phase 2 is a week-long battery of evaluations, ranging from physical fitness and leadership to emotional intelligence and personality indicators. At the end of Phase 2, typically 2 to 4 applicants are selected to begin the year plus Special Tactics training pipeline. Aircraft Current, AFSOC operates the following aircraft as part of its regular inventory: AC-130HW Spectre Stinger II Cove 22B Osprey, C-32, EC-130J Commando Solo, MC-130E Combat Talon I/MC-130H Combat Talon II/MC-130J Commando II/MC-130P Combat Shadow, C-145A Ski Truck, C-146A Wolfhound, U-28A, MQ-1 Predator, MQ-9 Reaper, RQ-11 Raven, Scan Eagle, Wasp-3. Additionally, AFSOC units possess and operate a small number of the following aircraft for special training mission and aviation foreign internal defense missions, and 26 Curl, C-47T Skytrain, C-212 Aviocar, CN-235 to 100 miles-17 HIP, UH-1 Hour and UH-1N Hui. Future, new MC-130J aircraft based on the Lockheed Martin KC-130J Super Hercules tanker variant will be acquired. History 23rd Air Force In December 1982, the Air Force transferred responsibility for Air Force Special Operations from Tactical Air Command to Military Airlift Command. Consequently, in March 1983, MAC activated 23rd Air Force at Scott Air Force Base, Illinois. This new numbered Air Force's responsibilities included worldwide missions of special operations, combat rescue, weather reconnaissance and aerial sampling, security support for intercontinental ballistic missile sites, training of USAF helicopter and HC-130 crewmen, pararescue training, and medical evacuation. Operation Urgent Fury. In October 1983, 23AF participated in the successful rescue of Americans from the island nation of Grenada. During the 7-day operation, centered at Point Salines Airport, 23AF furnished MC-130s, AC-130s, air crews, maintenance, and support personnel. An EC-130 from the 193rd Special Operations Wing of the Air National Guard, played a significant PSY-WAR role. An MC-130 pilot from the 8th Special Operations Squadron won the Mackay Trophy for his actions in leading the airdrop on the Point Salines Airport. U.S. Special Operations Command. In May 1986, the Goldwater-Nichols Department of Defense Reorganization Act led to the formation of the United States Special Operations Command. Senators William Cohen and Sam Nunn introduced the Senate bill, and the following month Congressman Dan Daniel introduced a like measure in the House of Representatives. The key provisions of the legislation formed the basis to amend the 1986 Defense Authorizations Bill. This bill, signed into law in October 1986, in part directed the formation of a unified command responsible for special operations. In April 1987 the DoD established the United States Special Operations Command at MacDill Air Force Base, Florida, and Army General James J. Lindsay assumed command. 4 months later, 23AF moved to Hurlburt Field, Florida. In August 1989, General Dwayne H. Cassidy, MAC Commander-in-Chief, divested 23rd AF of its non-special operations units. Thus, 23AF served a dual role, still reporting to MAC, but also functioning as the air component to AFSOC. Operation Just Cause. From late December 1989 to early January 1990, 23 AF participated in the invasion of the Republic of Panama during Operation Just Cause. Special operations aircraft included both active duty and reserve AC-130 Spectre gunships, EC-130 Volant Solo Psychological Operations aircraft from the Air National Guard, HC-130PN Combat Shadow Tankers, MC-130E Combat Talons, and MH-53J Pave-Low and MH-60G Pave-Hawk helicopters. Special Tactics Combat Controllers and Pararescuemen provided important support to combat units during this operation. Spectre gunship crews of the 1st SOW earned the Mackay Trophy and Tunler Award for their efforts, a 919th SOG Spectre crew earned the President's Award, and a 1st SOW Combat Talon crew ferried the captured Panamanian President, Manuel Noriega, to prison in the United States. Likewise, the efforts of the 1st SOW Maintenance People earned them the Daedalian Award. On May 22, 1990, General Larry D. Welch, Air Force Chief of Staff, redesignated 23rd Air Force's Air Force Special Operations Command. This new major command consisted of 3 wings, the 1st, 39th and 353rd Special Operations Wings as well as the 1720th Special Tactics Group, the U.S. Air Force Special Operations School, and the Special Missions Operational Test and Evaluation Center. Currently, after major redesignations and reorganizations, AFSOC direct reporting units include the 16th SOW, the 352nd Special Operations Group, the 353rd Special Operations Group, the 720th Special Tactics Group, the USAF Special Operations School and the 18th Flight Test Squadron. During the early 1990s a major reorganization occurred within AFSOC. The 1720th STG became the 720th STG in March 1992. The transfer of ownership of Hurlburt Field from Air Mobility Command to AFSOC in October 1992, followed by the merger of the 834th Air Base Wing into the 1st SOW which assumed host unit responsibilities. A year later the 1st SOW became the 16th SOW in a move to preserve Air Force heritage. Meanwhile, the Special Missions Operational Test and Evaluation Center, which explored heavy lift frontiers in special operations capabilities, while pursuing better equipment and tactics development, was also reorganized. In April 1994, the Air Force, in an effort to standardize these types of organizations, redesignated SMOTC as the 18th Flight Test Squadron. Gulf War. From early August 1990 to late February 1991, AFSOC participated in Operation Desert Shield and Operation Desert Storm, the protection of Saudi Arabia and liberation of Kuwait. Special tactics personnel operated throughout the theater on multiple combat control and combat rescue missions. Special operations forces performed direct action missions, combat search and rescue, infiltration, exfiltration, air-base ground defense, air interdiction, special reconnaissance, close air support, psychological operations, and helicopter air refuelings. Pave-Low crews led the helicopter assault on radars to blind Iraq at the onset of hostilities, and they also accomplished the deepest rescue for which they received the Mackay Trophy. Combat Talons dropped the largest conventional bombs of the war and, along with Combat Shadows, dropped the most Psy-War leaflets. The AC-130s provided valuable fire support and armed reconnaissance, but they also suffered the single greatest combat loss of coalition air forces with the shooting down of Spirit 03. All 14 crew members aboard were lost. AFSOC Post-Gulf War, in December 1992, AFSOC Special Tactics and Intelligence personnel supported Operation Restore Hope in Somalia. In late 1994, AFSOC units spearheaded Operation Uphold Democracy in Haiti, and in 1995 Operation Deliberate Force in the Balkans. Operation Enduring Freedom. The terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center in New York City, and the Pentagon, Washington, D.C., on September 11, 2001 pushed the United States Special Operations Forces to the forefront of the war against terrorism. By the end of September 2001, AFSOC deployed forces to Southwest Asia for Operation Enduring Freedom to help destroy the Al-Qaeda terrorist organization and remove the Taliban regime in Afghanistan. AFSOC Air Power delivered Special Tactics Forces to the battleground, and they in turn focused U.S. air power and allowed Afghanistan's Northern Alliance ground forces to dispatch the Taliban and Al-Qaeda from Afghanistan. AFSOC personnel also deployed to the Philippines to help aid that country's efforts against terrorism. Operation Iraqi Freedom. In March 2003, AFSOC again deployed forces to Southwest Asia, this time in support of what would become Operation Iraqi Freedom, the removal of Saddam Hussein and his Ba'athist government. The command's personnel and aircraft teamed with SOF and conventional forces to quickly bring down Saddam Hussein's government by May 2003. AFSOC forces have continued to conduct operations since then, in support of the new Iraqi government against insurgents and terrorists. Commanders. AFSOC has had 9 commanders since its inception in 1990. Contingency operations. Operation Unified Response, Earthquake Relief, Haiti. Gallery. See also: V-22 Osprey, Air Resupply and Communications Service. Notes. Further reading: Chinnery, Philip D. Anytime, Anyplace, 50 Years of the USAF Air Commando and Special Operations Forces, 1944–1994. Annapolis, Maryland, Naval Institute Press, 1994. ISBN 1557500371, Haas, Michael E. Apollo's Warriors, U.S. Air Force Special Operations During the Cold War 2002, University Press of the Pacific, Honolulu. ISBN 9781410200099. Hebert, Adam J. The Air Commandos. Air Force Magazine, March 2005. Marquis, Susan L. Unconventional Warfare, Rebuilding U.S. Special Operations Forces. Washington, D.C. Brookings Institution, 1997. ISBN 0815754760. Pushes, Frederick J. Deadly Blue Battle Stories of the U.S. Air Force Special Operations Command. New York, American Management ASOC, 2009. ISBN 9780814413616, sign, William F. Guardian Angel, Life and Death Adventures with Pararescue, the world's most powerful commando rescue force. Havertown, Pennsylvania, Casemate, 2012. ISBN 9781612011227. External links: Air Force Special Operations Command homepage, official AFSOC public site, AFSOC fact sheet, public site, United States Air Force official website, Shadow Spear Special Operations, AFSOC.